And one. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hotseat TV morning newspaper review. We hope you had a wonderful night. And today we have our brothers Duke Nyabaro, Nyakunu Bota, and Anju Orare. Duke and Bota have been here before. Anju, welcome. This is your debut. I think it's the first time you are here. We hope to have more
Yeah.
interactions in the future. So we are going to discuss on what is making the headlines so that we see what happens. So and by the way, if you are not subscribed, subscribe so that you can be able to have more people. You can get what we discuss in future. So in the standard, inasema Ruto, Kalonzo says Ruto will win big if Raila snubs me. Kalonzo anasema kama Raila hatamchukua kama running mate, Ruto amechukua hii kitu. What is your opinion, Duke Nyabaro?
I think Kalonzo is trying to be smart in a way, but at the end of the day, I was just imagining if in Azmio he wants to be the deputy president. If suppose he leaves Azmio and goes to Kenya Kwanza, what will he be? Because they also have already their lineup for the deputy president. So for him, he's going to lose. Leaving Azmio does not give him a position in the other Kenya Kwanzas, the same DP, and I don't know what it befits him or benefits him. If only he needs respect on this side, he should accept that power is not meant for some people, and that if people have structures, he has to respect them and work with them. But him leaving, I don't see. Someone else will replace him. The company vote is not a gift from his grandfather, so that he owns all of them. The likes of Ngilu will remain. Kibwana promised he will be there. And I think it won't impact that much. He has to sit and think and know that he needs to be Nazmi.
Okay, he has to think and know that he's in Azimio. Bota, what is your opinion about this? Choose me or Ruto will
So,
win?
good morning, viewers.
Good morning.
I think it is a tragedy when to Azimio, the way Kalonzo is behaving. Actually, this is the time now that we have seen the real watermelon in Kalonzo. Apparently, if Kalonzo is going to quit Azimio as purported, it means that we, the people, or the people who are supporting Azimio, I think winning the presidential race is going to be tricky. Citing fact that Kalonzo, however much people downgrade Kalonzo, that he doesn't command the Kamba Fort, the reality remains that he is a kingpin from the Kamba Fort. So it is a tragedy, and it will be a tragedy for Kalonzo to leave Azimio.
Okay, Anju Orare, what is your opinion about this? Kalonzo anasema if you don't pick me, Ruto will win.
I think Kalonzo is saying the truth, because this man, I can say, like yesterday, Mthe Kalonzo Jr. said, Kalonzo is the most qualified to become a running mate. So I don't think if Azimio would like to lose Kalonzo. Kalonzo is one man who has been with Raila since 2013 on the running mate position. And as we speak, Kalonzo is still the kingpin of the people of Ukambani. And I can tell this without fear that Kalonzo commands the Ukambani region. And then outside Ukambani, you can see that Kalonzo has numbers. For example, he commands a section of the coast, the eastern at large, and some parts of central. So when you look among the people who wants to be Raila as a running mate, you'll find that Kalonzo is the most qualified. So I think Azimio might not have an option than taking Kalonzo to be the running mate of Raila, if at all they want to produce a competitive race between Baba and Ruto. But if they don't, if they can't pick him, it will be so easy for Ruto to take this thing. Truth be said.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. Kalonzo alisema he cannot attend the interview, lakini jana the press from the command center ikasema Kalonzo will attend the interview at 9 a.m. today. What do you think prompted this, Duke Nyabaro?
Kalonzo has to attend the interview. He has no option. Let me tell you, these are just stunts being pulled in the media to create his value, and actually for the sake of publicity. It's also putting Azimio in the limelight so that the push and pull makes it feel like the camp is active. He will attend the interviews today. He probably may not be the running mate because I don't know how they formulate this, but then he has all his best chances in Azimio. That is where he has his chances. Outside Azimio, he may cost Azimio some votes from Lukambani, but then what does he become? He doesn't become a president. He doesn't become a running mate. He doesn't become anything. And he's going to even get the best out of the watermelon, and no one will ever trust him. He's going to die politically. He has his chances here today. Let him attend the interview. Whatever the formula that Azimio is going to use to get the DP, if he's the one, I wish him well. If he's not the one, he still has to be in Azimio. There's something you'll get at the end of the day in Azimio that you will not get on the other side.
Okay, Duke. Nyakunu ana attend interview leo. What do you think prompted this?
The watermelon himself doesn't even not make his own decision. He wants to be a crybaby, being pushed forth and back and forth. So I think it is pressure from some quarters that has forced him to attend, especially I can guess from the presidency, because Kalonzo, there's a time he quoted that he believes in the system, Kalonzo and Mudavadi. So Kalonzo, in terms of making decisions, is a crybaby who doesn't believe in making his own decision. So it is all about pressure, per se.
Okay, it's all about pressure. What do you think, Andrew?
On that sector, I think Kalonzo is exhibiting his watermelon nature because he's known to be somebody who at some point says this and then at another day he says this. So on this one, he's fully exhibiting his watermelon nature status. So, but my major concern is, what if Kalonzo doesn't get the running mate ticket under Azimio? That man, believe you me, Kalonzo might not be with Azimio. But now the big question is, what will he get elsewhere? You see, because on the other side of Kenya Kwanza, we can say wamejipanga, but the real drama will be coming when Kalonzo doesn't get the ticket. But for him attending, maybe he was pushed from some quarters elsewhere, so that yani azijionyeshe ni kama is too special not to attend.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. For the Kenya Kwanza team, there is a rumor that Kithure Kindiki is the running mate for DP William Ruto, and now it is like it's done. Wanangoja Azimio ifanye ndo watoe yao. Do you think the selection for Kithure Kindiki will affect Kenya Kwanza team, Duke Nyabaro?
Actually, when I heard it's Kithure Kindiki, I felt it quite laughable. Kithure Kindiki comes from Tharaka. Tharaka is the smallest county in the central, and it is a county for the Merus. And we have two other strong Merus than Kithure Kindiki. The likes of the governor, the Harvard governor. I can't remember the numbers. And then we have this Peter Munya. Those are the two Merus, the ones who the kingpins of the Merus. Tharaka being a smaller county, and that's where Kithure Kindiki hails from. And we are talking of politics of numbers, and there are Merus. There's a difference between Merus and Kikuyus and Embus. I don't see, because the last time I saw Baba in Meru, when he was transferring Maua all the way, in Meru there was a lot of applause, there was a lot of acceptance. People were pro Munya and pro governor. They are there for Baba. And I don't see how Kithure Kindiki is suitably going to help the Kenya Kwanza in terms of numbers through his candidature as the DP. Preferably they could have gone for maybe the likes of the Kirinyaga governor, or even the late comer, the speaker, or even this money chap from Nyeri. It could have made sense. But for Kithure Kindiki, I don't see its value as far as being the running mate and in terms of numbers that is required.
Kithure Kindiki is the deputy president for William Ruto. Bota, what do you think?
The only thing I can say is that Kithure Kindiki is not a bad man. Actually, in terms of his academics, he is someone who can be able to lead. But now, when it comes to political arithmetic, if it means that we are going to look at it from the perspective of numbers, I think Kithure Kindiki does not command a good number of votes for UDA. And then, you know, when you come in board as a vice president, as a deputy president, you must have a good command of numbers from your region. So for Kithure Kindiki, it will be a bad choice for Ruto because he has opposition from Munya, he has opposition from the sitting governor, and then other MPs who are allied to Azimio. So I think it will be a big blow to Azimio and to UDA. And then I think if he's going also to choose Kindiki, he might lose some of the people like this guy Rigati Gachagua, and then we have Musalia Mudavadi also, who is also hoping to be a deputy president, and then we have also Muturi. So let's wait and see how it's going to cook.
Okay, Bota, before we leave you, is the running mate for William Ruto anaenda kumwongezea votes ama Ruto ako na zake already? The running mate.
By the way,
yes.
Let me tell you something. That the smartest politician in Kenya is Ruto. Ruto, in terms of whether we like it or we don't like it, in terms of planning, convincing the opposition veterans to join him, Ruto is smart, whether you like it or you don't like it. Because one, ask yourself why Alfred Mutua, who has been abusing Ruto since time immemorial, he joined the Ruto recently. And then we have also Amason Kingi. However, for these guys to go to the Ruto side, you realize that there is a supremacy battle between Kalonzo and then Mutua. And then since there is a supremacy battle, Mutua feels that he was supposed to be entitled so much in the Azimio side that he wanted to be a running mate. But you see, from the perspective of, in terms of popularity, this guy does not even command his own wife. You know what happened? And then this man also, Mutua, this guy, Dr. Alfred Mutua, he is corrupt. It is alleged that this guy is very corrupt. Like, for example, if we have done an investigation about Mutua, there's a lot of investigations that were going on at a certain point in 2016, 2021, in terms of what he did in terms of acquiring some properties worth around, if I'm not wrong, around 1.5 million. And then there's one also for 352 million. So the guy is rotten to the core. So it doesn't add absolutely nothing to the other side. And then when you come to Kingi, Kingi is a thief also. It is alleged that this man is a thief, a complete thief, that adds nothing. He has been riding on ODM all through. So in terms of command from the Kilivi side, this guy saw that, wacha niende nipate pesa hapa. You know, we know our deputy president, he gives money. But for the other guy from Bondo, bwana, hata kanisa achangi hata kidogo, hata kama watu wanampenda, he doesn't give anything because in quotes he stands for democracy, but the democracy itself is not even explicit in terms of nominations. You know what happened in nominations? And then these people, I think Uda is more organized than Azimio. That's what I can say. And then I've been saying that I'm in Azimio, but as time goes by, I might even vote for Ruto because he's more organized than the other people. That's what I can say.
Okay, thank you. You can even vote for Ruto. Anju Kithure Kindiki anachukua the deputy president. What do you think about it?
I think if we were to do ratings at this moment of time between Raila and Ruto on this running mate issue, I think Ruto has scored a lot on this because the Kenya Kwanza team looks more organized on this. They have no pressure, but on the other side, things are on a standstill. It looks like on Kenya Kwanza, it's already predetermined that they know who is becoming the deputy president. It's only a matter of time. They are waiting for time to name their running mate, and it does not seem to give them a lot of headache as it is happening on the other side of Azimio. On this side of Ruto's camp, they are much relaxed. They know who is their next running mate or their next deputy president. So it's a matter of time. But coming on the other side of Azimio, everything now, all the focus has been shifted to the search of the running mate, which has caused more headache than we expected. Actually, nobody expected that this thing will take this path. So I think Kindiki being named the running mate of Ruto, it brings in the Mount Kenya factor. This according to pundits, political pundits, saying that Ruto has an upper hand on the other side of the mountain. So it might not when this politics is all about numbers, but as we say, at the end of the day, Ruto commands the mountain. That's a fact. So him giving them, even if he comes from Tharaka-Nithi, it is still under Mount Kenya. So Ruto getting Kithure Kindiki, me, I can see it's a good plan. The people of Mount Kenya are going to embrace that this Kithure Kindiki who is learned. So I think it's a good idea. Though others were saying it's Rigathi Gachagua, and others were saying it's Ndindi Nyoro, but Ruto is one man who is so smart. So him picking Kithure Kindiki, I think it's good and it's a plus for him. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. That has been Anju. That has been our first question. That is the Standard newspaper. Na tukienda katika Taifa Leo, it has a funny headline. Inasema Raila akabwa koo. Mwaniaji rais wa muungano wa Azimio anakabiliwa na kibarua kigumu cha kutimiza washirika wake matakwa tofauti wanaolenga. So I think it's about Raila, watu wanamtoroka sana. So this brings us to the question, jana Mutua na Kingi wametoroka Azimio. Do you think this will affect Raila Odinga? Because wamemtoroka mchana. Duke, what do you think about this?
I want to first get to something that Bota put forward about Kingi and Mutua. The two guys, they have a deep corruption scandal. I was listening to Junet last night, and one of the demands from the two former governors is that they wanted to be removed from the list of ESCC corruption so that they continue staying at Azimio. But then it was unfortunate that Raila is no longer cleansing people and he could not remove them from that list. And so they opted out. Then now from my thinking, we should understand that these two have been with Raila in the last two elections that he has lost. Kingi was pro-Raila in ODM. Mutua, as much as was in Chap, he's been supporting Raila. But Raila has never become a president with them. So as much as they're leaving, it's not that they are still going to give us presidency. We now have the right structures for presidency. Vis-a-vis, let me say, the system and whatever. I don't want to preempt anything. But because we've been having them and we've never won, it doesn't. We are losing nothing. They had to go. 2, 3. These are governors who have been serving 2 terms, and their relevancy in terms of county is nowhere. They're not going to campaign in their counties for other votes, including saying that we are campaigning. I'm campaigning as a governor and also Patieni Baba. This time they have no work to do. They will just be following the convoys with their just one tanker, one V8 behind Baba. And they will not even be spending much time in Kilifi and Machakos. There are people now in Machakos campaigning to be governor. We're going to campaign for Baba. There's someone in Kilifi campaigning to be a governor, going to campaign for Baba. What is Kingi going to do for Baba? What is Mutua going to do for Baba? I was even seeing that joke that was being pulled that it's because Giuliani joined Azimio and this guy feared him. But now he has run to Ruto. Ruto and Sakaja eat people, eat wives. His girlfriend is still going to be eaten there. I don't know where he ran to. So they're not important. Let them go.
Okay, people are eating people's wives. But what is your opinion about this?
Yeah, I think, I can say that, once your 2 supporters leave, there might be an impact. It is not a big impact per se, but there should be an impact because these people have been campaigning for you. And then when just 2 people leave, you have to ask yourself questions. What's wrong with your camp? However, those people who have left perhaps have been associated with corruption scandals. Like in 2016, you remember Kingi was being investigated into a 51 million theft in Kilifi. He has corruption. One on 145 million. So he failed as a governor in his own county. And then in relation to a question of, so this guy is like, however much I'm considering to Huda, but the people who are associated with the DP, some have question of characters that is eroding the moral grounds for they are not meeting the morality standard of being a leader. Like, Rigathi has also an issue in terms of investigation, and then Kingi has, and Mutua himself has a lot of corruption scandals. So these guys actually, like I said, they stink to the highest heavens. So they don't add the value that is needed in UDA. However, there's a slight effect in terms of them going to the UDA side. Thank you.
Okay. What Anju, wametoroka Raila. Will this affect Raila Odinga?
Me, I want to start by what Duke has said and Bota. They are insinuating that Kingi and Mutua hawana kitu. I don't think if that's true. These guys, in as much as they might seem not to have something, sometimes politics it's all about perception, and the perception here is that watu wanatoroka baba ama watu wanatoroka kutoka kwa Raila, and Ruto is the person now who is getting more credit because wameingia kwa kambi yake. So we can't rubbish them off by saying that hawana kitu, because somebody like Mutua is a both of these people, they are governors on their second terms. So from their various parts, all counties, wako na ushawishi. So them shifting and jumping ship is a major blow to Azimio. And somebody like Mutua, he has numbers, and his party, I think he has quite a number of MCAs, or some MCAs who are elected outside Machak under the Mandela Chap party. So we might not say that they had no impact, and them joining Kenya Kwanza, it went water. I think it's a major blow to Baba, and now going forward, we might experience again after the renaming of the running mate, we might experience some spillovers again from the Azimio side, because Mutua and the Kingi, I think they have numbers. Some not so many numbers, but these are people you can't wrap a shop. And on the other side of Raila, I think weeks ago, Mutua made a press, and he was giving ultimatums, citing he cited trust issues. He said that on that side, is not getting enough funds, is being overlooked. So I think those are the issues why he went, and maybe he feels that when he goes to the other side, he will get his space. So, and it's all about everybody pulling to his side, pulling strings. But I think all them going is a huge blow to Azimio, and we might experience the same in the coming days after the naming of the running mate. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Mutua says that mambo ya document kufichwa ndo ilifanya wakatoka yeye na Kingi. Also, in today's developing story, Kivuta Kibwana also will leave Azimio and join Kenya Kwanza. I think this is the latest development. What do you think about this leaving? Watu wanatoka. Mutua akasema wanatoka 5 parties. Ingawaje hawezi kuwa na kura, lakini wanatoka. What do you think about this, Duke?
Zach, I want you to read Dr. Professor Kivuta Kibwana's tweet. He tweeted at exactly, I think it was 1 midnight tonight. There's a photo of him greeting Ruto. It was something that they'd met when during the handshake, when there was the inception of the BBI. That's the same photo trending in Twitter, propagating that he is also about to leave. But there is nowhere he has declared that he's going to leave. He has not even put forward any threats to Azimio that he's going to leave. And he has given all the assurance that he is here not to leave. And so whatever you're saying, I'll treat it as a rumor. It's just a rumor. And Kivuza, by his Twitter, I'll just refer you to it. It's very clear. And even said that this is a photo that was taken some time back, me greeting the deputy president. But this cannot be used to say that I'm going to leave. He's probaba, he's in Azimio, and he won't leave. And he's going to bring out the Makweni, I don't know if it's Makweni or whatever, that part of him to Azimio. So that is, and then the other people who are leaving, you said up to 5 parties. I don't know which other parties. You know, when we even talk about Kingi's party, no one has been elected in that party. I don't even know if it has 10 aspirants anywhere in this country. Even in Cliff, if there are 10 MCAs aspiring to be MCAs using that, I don't know, PAA party. Come to Maendeleo Chap. You know, what does it have? Even in that Machakos assembly, go there, get the records. The people in Machakos assembly are the wiper. I think he has 2 MCAs. One, for example, one from some Machakos town region, another one deep down there. So I don't know. I don't know why we're even discussing these two. These are 2 people who have nowhere else. They have reached the age. They have exhausted being governors. They cannot seek any election anywhere. They could have even acted as Mandago, maybe go seek Senate or even go run as parliamentarians. For now, let me tell you, they are totally going to be in political oblivion. Them coming that Kingi wanted to be maybe a CAS, they should have even remained as Mio. This is where the government is. Maybe Mutua could have been an ambassador somewhere in the USA aendelee kupiga sherehe. Kingi could have been an ambassador in Tanzania here, where he can speak his Swahili. You know, he cannot even speak Swahili for 2 hours. That's the best they could have got. Now joining Ruto. You know, people forget, you joining Ruto, and there are people who are there, who started the whole thing. You think you come and displace them? So that tomorrow, let's assume Ruto has won, and now he's keeping Murkomen who has lost somewhere or someone else, like the governors who have served their second terms, like the Kericho governor, or even the guy from the Energy CS Keter. They are being skipped to reward Mutua and Kingi. How? Some people are too blind in this politics. As much as I'm young, but I can see the blind moves they are making. They are only relevant in Azimio and very relevant in UDA. I can give you a same task. Let me tell you, the current speaker is very suitable to be a running mate. But you know what just put him out? He came late. You just joined this UDA the other day. You cannot displace Kindiki. You cannot replace Gachagua as much as you are the most suitable person to be. So they are coming late and joining UDA, do the tantrums, and after a week, tomorrow NSI is going to create a limelight and you're going to forget about those two people. That's it.
Okay, what is your opinion, Bota? Watu tano wanatoka alafu Kivuta anatoka pia.
I think this one portrays Azimio as a confused coalition, because we have to understand that everybody has a right to belong to any political party, so it is within their right to make their own decisions, to support anybody they want, because it is protected in the Constitution. However, I feel that there's a problem in Azimio, not only a big problem, but a major problem in terms of organizing their coalition. This confusion is going to cost the Azimio side a lot of votes, because you cannot rule out a whole governor who won by a margin of, let's say, up to 300 votes. You can't say that he doesn't have even 50,000 people following him when he leaves. So for ODM and Jubilee and the other parties, I think if the 5 parties pull out, it means the Azimio side has a problem. And we have been seeing these problems over and over again, because in terms of being organized, Raila has never been an organized man since he started fighting in 2007. So the man is completely confused, like Azimio. That's what I can say. If they leave, it will be a big blow to the confused guys at the other side.
Okay, Chomba, karibu sana. Watu wanatoka Azimio. Sijui kama Kingi ametoka, Alfred ametoka, alafu leo naona Kivuta Kibwana na kutoka. What is your opinion about this, Chomba? Karibu sana.
Everyone, I'm happy to be part of this conversation, because it is these are the most interesting times to be. Yesterday we saw funny episode. So what Alfred then immediately that was that there are orphans are living, and like in a span of more of like 5 hours, we had what Amazon did. We saw what Amazon did, and then today there is also another one leaving. Then tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow, and so forth and so forth. What's happening? I saw one of the bloggers, Lord Abraham, that blogger, was saying yesterday that there are things that these are Azimio kings. That's like these 2 brothers, handshake brothers, that is Raila Amolo Odinga and his brother Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. They are operating on deceit. So these people must have lied to these guys that when you join us, when you join Azimio, there is this and this and this. So these guys had expectations. These expectations were not met. So maybe that's why this, politics is a game of interest. When you realize that your interest is not there, it's taken care of, you just jump out and go to the other side, which seems to be to take care of your interest. So that's why we saw Mutua running or leaving as Mio and then these other guys. So what's literally going to happen in the forthcoming elections? We are going to have the election is going to be a revolution. There is this revolution that will take place, and William Ruto will win with a margin of more than 70%. And I think, as I even commented somewhere yesterday, Raila will struggle. Raila will struggle to gather 40% of the total votes cast. That goes without saying.
Okay, thank you Chomba. Anju, Raila wanamtoroka wote leo, Kivuta Kibwana anamtoroka. What is your opinion about this?
I think Waswahili husema lisemwalo lipo. So it's a matter of time, and I think Kivuta might be following his counterpart, Mandela Chapchap, party leader. Because if you see, the Ukambani governors have been speaking in one voice. This is Kivuta Kibwana and Mamangilu and Alfred Mutua. But when it comes to Azimio, it seems that it's clear that Mamangilu has a role, and she's been seen there on the campaign trail. She's been having some roles to do, unlike Mutua, who yesterday complained that among the reasons why he's going, he has not been given roles, and due to trust issues. So I think Mutua and Kibwana, being close allies, they might decide to go to the other side of Kenya Kwanza. But Ngilu won't, because she's in the kitchen. We can say she's in the kitchen of Azimio. So it's a matter of time, and indeed, and I'm almost sure that Kivuta Kibwana might cross the bridge, and it brings a bad image to Raila Odinga, that now he cannot put his house in order. So it seems that Ruto is more organized on the other side. So it's still a huge blow to Raila.
Okay, thank you very much for that. That has been the segment ya kwanza ya headlines. Pia katika The Star inasema Uhuru to begin campaigns as Ruto hits Raila. Uhuru sasa atatoka guns blazing to campaign for Raila Odinga. Bota, what do you think about Uhuru campaigning for Raila?
I think the best thing Raila could have done is he could have advised the sitting president not to campaign publicly, because if you can see the cost of living, the commodities, the basic commodities are very expensive to an extent that actually the thing is they are going to vote against Raila because Uhuru is supporting Raila, and the cost of living is very expensive. Because like I said when we had an interview some few weeks ago, if you compare the prices of petrol, however much there is inflation in the world, but for Kenya it is not an exceptional, because if you go to Tanzania, things are not as expensive as it is in Kenya. If you go to Uganda, foodstuffs is not expensive as it is expensive in Kenya. So I think Mwananchi is going to vote against Raila if Uhuru is going to publicly campaign for him because of the cost of living. So even me, if Uhuru is going to start campaigning for Raila, despite the fact that he's the president and his governance has not been so good, then it means I'm going to vote for Ruto because of frustrations. That is going to happen.
Okay. Bota, you have been blowing hot and cold, ni kama wewe unataka kudicamp. Duke Nyabaro, what is your opinion about Uhuru Kenyatta campaigning for Raila Odinga?
I think I'll side with Bota in a way, but then I'll not. I'm siding him in a different way. Uhuru coming out for these campaigns, it has not worked well for Raila before. And the best thing I was expecting from him is just the monetary factor. He should have just given Raila the funds, the resources, and everything, and let Raila's people work for him. Him coming out, it hasn't added that much value. But then again, I want to tell both that Uhuru campaigning and is like he won't take it well because the price of goods here, the basic commodities expensive and oil. But last night I took most of my time trying to read on the other economies in East Africa and majorly in Africa. And I want to tell everyone in this session that it's raining everywhere. In fact, the rains in Kenya are not that bad. If you go to Tanzania, where you're sitting and think that the price of fuel is a bit lower, I happen to be in Sirari. Right now, I'm speaking from Sirari. I work here. I'll tell you the other side if you cross. In fact, they have one substandard fuel. Their refinery is not as refined as the Kenyan oil, and the price is equivalent when it comes to conversion of money from Kenya. So there's nothing good here. Now, it comes to basic commodities. You happen to be in Kisi town and you eat Sare food rice. I'm telling you, it is almost doubling in Mthe here. You used to buy it at 500 in Kisi. Right now, you'll buy it at 800 because in Tanzania, it is going for 700 shillings. So things are bad in third world countries. All the third world countries, the economies have really toppled. I don't know if it's the Russia Ukraine thing, but I'll tell you, it's not only Kenya where the basic commodities are expensive. It is in all the third world countries, and it has little to do with the sitting leadership in place in those countries, but so much with the other countries in Western and their activities. They have affected these countries. Don't blame it all on Uhuru when it comes to these things. Read far and wide and go outside the box, outside the Kenyan question, and you realize that it's not all Uhuru's making. Yes.
Okay, what is your opinion, Andrew?
Are you getting me?
Yes, yes, yes.
So I think my other brothers are focused on the economical side when discussing about Uhuru coming guns blessing to campaign for Baba. But on my side, I don't want to go there. Now I can tell you that these campaigns are going to be so intense, whereby uh, Uhuru is so determined uh, not to see Ruto becoming president, because I can say that's his major concern. He doesn't want Ruto to become president no matter what. So Raila has a added advantage of getting the government machinery on his side in these campaigns. And then now the main thing that everybody will be eager to see is Raila and President Uhuru going to the mountain to campaign together, because as we know, they haven't gone there hitting the ground together. So all that people will be wanting to see, it's the reception on the mountain, all at the mountain, on how the duo will be received, because we have had some hostility, but now this time we want to see if President Uhuru and the Raila will be campaigning, how will be the reception be on the other side of the mountain. Yeah, but it's an added advantage to Raila Amolo Odinga getting the support of President Uhuru.
Okay, thank you. Now, there's another part in the headlines. Sonko avamia Mombasa. Governor Sonko is in Mombasa to vie as governor. And yesterday IBC commissioner alisema kwamba he may not be cleared. But if he's cleared, do you think he's a threat to the ODM candidate and other candidates in Mombasa, Duke?
I think he's a threat in a way because you see, he has just come out in the recent days and he's really rocking the coast so much. But there are few other factors that inform the voting patterns in the coast. As I was reading through, coast is popularly a Muslim place. Sonko is not a Muslim, and I think by that, I don't know. I don't know if there's any change in terms of convention, but I know Muslims will want to vote their own, like a Muslim they identify with. Then second, there's the Watu wa Bara and Watu wa Coast thing there. Sonko ni Mbara according to the coast people. But then because of he's a drama king. He likes pulling these stunts here and there. Those stunts can make someone relevant, and he likes splashing money. The coast has a number of poor people. If you give them money, they're going to sing you. He's pulling the Nairobi cars that he used to pull in the Eastlands, and he's really hitting the low life people in the coast. And so he can have the applause and here and there. But him winning to me is still narrow. And having created another stupid scenario the other day that was involving the Kaburi la mama yake, whereby he faked a tomb and the family has come out to claim it. Sometimes when it is taken deep down from the Muslim community and how they respect the death, and that's why they even bury their death in a day. And someone has just gone there to rattle the spirits of the dead, it's not going to work against him. When it comes to the ESCC, the question of the ethics and corruption, Sonko is a man full of cases in court. And everybody is going to give his eye on IBC and the ESCC as much as corruption is informed in this world, in this country. Because you all know that that guy is very corrupt. And if he's cleared, then you're going to say that the systems in place, the independent commissions, the ESCC, IBC, they're no longer independent. And as much as they want to give someone his democratic right, but then we cannot outsee the corruption. Me and you here today can agree that that guy is corrupt, and that guy he has even accusations of drugs and whatever. It doesn't put a clean picture in terms of integrity for such a man to run in office and is just cleared by these bodies. It's really unfair to this country. So I don't think he is supposed to be a governor.
Okay, thank you. Bota, Sonko for governor, Mombasa County. Your opinion?
I can say that Sonko is a worth competitor in terms of the stunts he's doing in Mombasa. And then the guy, in terms of having the brains, he doesn't have the brains to be a governor at the same time because the guy is just a quack. In terms of his management styles, while he was a governor in Nairobi, actually, when NMS came into place, there was some allegations that Sonko could even hire vehicles at night and take litter in the CBD so that the NMS cannot be recognized that it is working. So the guy does not fit to hold any public office because at first, we are not supposed to even to discuss about whether Sonko is going to be governor or not because the guy was already impeached. Once you're impeached, you cannot run for a public office. So let him do his things in terms of what he's known for doing. Because I don't want to say that there was some allegations that he does drugs. He's a drug baron, but I've never seen him practicing allegations. So a governor with such is not be a governor because
Okay. Okay, but I think we have heard you. Dennis Chomba, Sonko for governor. Your opinion?
there is this issue of Uhuru campaigning for Raila. I think I should comment on that. Then as I proceed to the other side, I want to say that Uhuru campaigning for Raila, that will be very that will be a very interesting, because remember, now Raila will be seen. Raila will carry the burden of the baggage of incumbency. I think we all know that there is this garbage of incumbency. Someone like Nyakuno Bota said that Uhuru, there are so many things that Uhuru has failed to do. So all these things will be on Raila's back, and then Raila will have hard times to talk to a common Kenyan who's undergoing these problems, that he really wants to be at that. And remember there is these things that Raila utters, that I will continue with the legacy of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. These things are back.
Yes, Chomba. We have lost you, Chomba. Andrew, Sonko for governor.
Yes.
What is your opinion?
I think the Mombasa gubernatorial race is among the interesting races that we are going to continue monitoring and checking on, because at first people thought that the race was between Sharif Nasil and Suleiman Shabal, but the way things have turned, the turn of events in Mombasa is quite interesting, because if you remember, it's weeks ago that Shabal joined hands with Nasil. But now the entrance of Mike Sonko to the Nairobi gubernatorial seat is quite interesting, because Sonko, my friend Duke, I think it's Duke who said that Mombasa, most of the people there are Muslims. It's true, but remember, Mombasa is a cosmopolitan county. So we have other tribes there, and it's a matter of how Sonko is going to convince them. But I think now the race of Mombasa is between Sharif Nassir and Sonko, because Sonko is a worthy competitor, but in as much as he has, we can say it's a bad track record. Actually, that's what we can say, because from Nairobi we can see what he has been through and what he has done. He's not somebody who is so good when it comes to managerial skills. But now the person is going to choose for the person is going to take as his running mate. I think he will play a very, very vital role. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now we cannot finish by not talking about. We are coming to the end about Kisii County politics. I think now we will make a brief comment, alafu tumalizie hapo. Simba Arati alitaka kuwafahamu on Sabbath ya kwamba kuna Matiang'i, akaenda Kenyanya akakutana na yeye. I don't know if this was planned ama alijiforce ama what happened. Secondly, the Kenya Kwanza team also hosted Ruto in Bonchari and Kitutu Chache North in events that were massive peer. Also, there's a lot that is happening as we move forward. In your opinion, Bota, do you think Simba
You know, when Simba started, actually, in terms of virality, he was above 90% when he started. But currently, I think he has dropped big time, because we have seen Machogu has come into the race. Machogu is also an interesting guy, because the way he's campaigning on the ground, during the weekend I was at home, and the people initially were supporting Simba. They have started changing. There's a perspective of a perception of change. And I think in due course, we are going to experience a lot of turbulency if the guy is not going to re-strategize, because I think he should re-strategize, because he's losing. He's losing the grip compared to when he started. And then apart from, I think Matiang might be behind Simba Arati. I cannot confirm that, because if they met, I think politicians are politicians. It might been a plan to meet, or it was an impromptu thing to mekutana. And then in terms of popularity, Simba still leads, but not so, with not a big margin the way it used to be initially. I have a match, I support Simba, but I must speak the truth, because if he's going to undermine people like Obure, Machogu, those people have strategy. For him, I think he thrives on the young people who sometimes not even have the thought themselves. So the man must think outside the box. And then let me make the final comment in terms of Kisii County as a county. I think let's not do the previous mistakes, because we have been voting for a party over and over again. Simply because you are ODM, you come here tell us that I'm in ODM. Nipigie, I'm supporting Raila. Yule mwingine ni mbaya. So we have a level playing ground. Everybody supporting, apart from Machogu, Obure is supporting Raila. So you will not be saying that I'm supporting Raila, vote for me. So it is about planning and influence. And then finally, campaigning, I don't know whether this is the right platform to say that, but I'm urging people of Kisii County to vote for Doris Donya from the other side, because I think that woman has what it takes to be a woman rep. Thank you.
Okay, you are a strong supporter for Doris Donya.
Yes,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew, what is your opinion about Kisii County politics as we come to the end?
I want to echo my brother's words. Voter, he has stated that from the beginning. Actually, that's true. Simba was leading by a bigger margin, but as things have continued to unfold, it's true that he has drastically gone down, and the person who was given him the person who was given him sleepless nights is none other than the Nyariwari Masaba MP, who is also vying for the same, Honorable Esekiri Machogu. So and when it comes to this Kisii County and the gubernatorial seat, it's good to say that it's now a two-horse race, because it's between ODM's Arati and UDA's Honorable Machogu. Those are the people now who can say that are at the front line. So on matters Kisii County, I like to say that UDA's Machogu is doing well. He has been consistent in his campaigns, and it's a matter of days, not even months now. It's a matter of days. We are going to see him above Simba Arati, because he has done intense groundwork. And Simba's side, things are not so good.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Bota. Thank you for the others, Akina Duke, Chomba, for joining us this morning. It has been a fruitful discussion this morning. This is the Hotseat TV, the morning cave, and the newspaper review. Asante sana. Thank you for your comments. Mumias, Director Juma, Mutua, Sharon Mumanyi, Cyrus, and Josephat Oirere Miraba. I can see your comments, so thank you for that. Until tomorrow morning, Leo Jioni, we have a special guest in the hot seat. The poster will be out, and we hope to join in the evening. Thank you very much. Until tomorrow morning for the morning cave, the hot seat newspaper review. Continue subscribing and sharing for more. Asante sana and good day.